I knew I was in trouble the moment I saw this box.
I mean, the size alone should have been a warning sign to lower my expectations just a little bit. And I have to ask myself, can this set live up to the legacy of LEGO 8002, the Technic Droideka that still amazes all of us to this day? Well, the answer to that question is, it's kind of complicated. And with that said, I'm Scott. These are the bricks. Let's go through review. And today we're looking at 75381, the Droideka from LEGO Star Wars, marking the 25th anniversary of LEGO Star Wars and the 25th anniversary of the Phantom Menace. Regardless of how you feel about the Phantom Menace,
Star Wars The Phantom Menace was the most disappointing thing since my son.
it cannot be denied that the Droideka is one of the coolest things that came from that film, and is such a cool droid that it has been a prominent force in all prequel related media and been exhibited in so many different ways, in so many different forms, because who doesn't love this tripod rolling ball of death? Sadly, unless you're a B1 battle droid, LEGO really doesn't pay attention to you as much, even if you are one of the coolest looking droids of all time, and you're just going to get kicked to the curb. And with that being said, it's kind of hard not to compare it to the original, because there's really only two in its class, and this is the second one. For example, this one is 583 pieces, this one's 558 pieces, this one is $65, this one was $50, but that's pre-9/11 money, so inflation, you do the math. This one is mainly bricks, this one is mainly all Technic, and this one gives you peaceful building in mind, this one gives you anxiety, and because you never know when those rubber bands are going to pop and ruin your whole day. And clearly, there's a size difference, which I think is kind of a cool analogy here about the shrinking buying power of the US dollar in the last 24 years. But I don't know, I don't want to read too hard into it. Personally, I think it looks cleaner, it looks smoother, it looks more compact than the large mess that is 8002, but that's the charm of 8002, and if you want to see more about that set, you can actually go watch the video I made about that about 2 years ago. The build itself was actually quite simple. There's 6 bags, nothing really to it. It does have some stickers, about 7 exactly, some on the arm here, some on the deflector shield generators is what I always call them, and on his lovely mullet here, you have them on the top. And this build comes with some wonderful build mechanics in here and some awesome techniques. Plus, I like the pieces that it comes with, especially these little lipstick pieces that kind of go for the eyes here. Then you have some wonderful 45-degree rotated plates for the legs, which I think are awesome. And it gives you more whips than you can nay-nay with this set. Playability-wise, it does keep up with tradition with the twin moving blaster arms, which are very simply done just like this, although there is no other way for you to actually move it. No fancy gear, no fancy lever, you just gotta manhandle these things that actually have that wonderful shooting ability. And of course, it balls. Although not as fluid as 8002, you do have to remove some pieces to get it in its ball form. It does make a very peaceful transition that's not as chaotic or as horrible as the original one does. But does it roll? Sadly, it does not. It's clearly a display piece. It doesn't have any other playability with it, so don't expect this thing to start rolling or fall into form unlike the Technic version that we got in 2000. And that's okay, because this is clearly a display piece, and it says so in the instruction manual. I got it right here. So that's, that's a sin I'm willing to forgive, especially for this set. I mean, I'm very happy at least we got one. So a lot of people who didn't get a chance to get it before. But it does segue into my next thing, which are some of the cons I don't like about the set. Number one, I don't really care for these arm things. I mean, they're cool to look at, the little rods, but they're only just there for looks. Once you have to pull them in position, they kind of look stupid, and I wish they were more connected. The legs are fully attached to the body. You will have to take them off in order to make them into a ball. Not really a crazy fan of that mechanic, but it is what it is, especially for a display piece. And I don't think I have it posed correctly. It's kind of hard to figure out because every time I try to bend this, that piece pops off like that, and it really irritates me. I want to slam it against the wall, to be honest with you, but I'm trying to control that anger nowadays. So besides those few cons, it's actually a pretty decent display set. And similar to the Imperial Probe Droid, this set also comes with its own Ultimate Collector's Series informational plate, which is always a nice addition for these kind of things. And we have this elephant in the room. This right here is an abomination. Of course, they had to make a mini-sized version of this actual set, and I hate it with so much passion. It is just It is awful looking. I don't like the claws. I don't like the guns. I don't like the fucking eyes. I don't like the whatever the fuck this. It just... I hope this never sees the light of day in any other battle packs or any other type of set. I wish they never design a Droideka like this again. I'd rather take any other design than whatever the fuck this is. I don't even want to put it on a display case. This thing's so god-awful. And with all that being said, yeah, I still say that it's just complicated when comparing these two together, because 8002 is chaotic, it's immature, it's a bundled mess of Technic pieces and rubber bands that can pop on you in any second, while 75381 is sophisticated, it's matured, it's well defined, it's a Lego set for the modern Lego builder, whereas this one is, well, that's trauma in a ball shaped form, and that's fantastic because I love that. But I also really enjoyed that, and I do think they kind of stand on their own, and they're both two wonderful additions to the Droideka lineup, and they're really all you got. So you know what, until they make another one, I think these two will do just fine. It really just comes down to personal taste of how you like both these sets. And it also comes down to your wallet, because this one's really expensive and it's kind of hard to find to get in a really good condition, whereas this one is easily attainable, and honestly, I'd probably ship you to go this way, but if you have the extra moolah to spend, try and get yourself this one if you can. I got that one on a bargain. Again, go watch my video for it that I made a while back ago. You'll get more detail about that one. Well, that pretty much wraps up our review for LEGO Star Wars 75381. Droideka from the 25th anniversary of LEGO Star Wars and the 25th anniversary of the Phantom Menace lineup. Overall, this set is kind of underwhelming, but that comes from a bias of love I have for 8002, because that set just hit my standards up so high, and also my expectations, that I don't think this set just really lived up to. And besides the overall quality in the build, which does have its own faults, and that blemish that's sitting over there, I do think this set is pretty decent and is a lovely substitute for anybody who cannot get 8002 in their collection. This one will take its place just fine. I'm Scott, those are the bricks, and that was the review. Thanks for watching as always. Sorry for the long pause in videos, but I'm back, and we're going to start looking at some more. So thank you for all the support, all the likes, and the comments, and let me know what set you want me to look at. Thanks!